I think a story about the Federation CIA is actually kind of fascinating. That like other aspects of that Star Trek universe, besides just Starfleet, which is what we always get. I like them doing this, and I want to see more of it. And I noticed Star Wars is doing that as well. They're exploring more of the Star Wars universe apart from the Skywalker family. I'd like to see Star Trek do more of this as well.
I like how they had tension between Rachel Garrett, who is not Section 31. Mm-hmm. She's like a Starfleet liaison to this group who's here to kind of watch them and make sure nobody gets killed unnecessarily and things like that. And I really liked a moment where they've been stranded on this planet after the attack that's killed the weapons merchant. And and Rachel says, well, our old ship is blown up. It blowed up real good. But we've got this other broken down ship we could use, and it's not what I'd prefer, but I think we can work with it. And at that moment, Michelle Yeoh has a great line. She says, "Oh, I dislike you less." and then Rachel Garrett has a great comeback, which is, "Ah, if I wanted someone to like me, I would buy a dog." It's like, that's so sweet that you dislike me less. If I cared, I'd buy a dog.
Yeah, Giorgio described her earlier as she get the stick up her butt because she's so stiff. Very, very clearly Starfleet.
I was thinking about the presence of Rachel Garrett in this, in trying to think what sort of value does she bring to this? Because as you said, Dom, we didn't get to see the exploration of her character, which I think was probably the original idea of putting her in there, was someone who's a single episode character in Next Generation. Suddenly we get to develop that character if we would have had several episodes. But even without being able to do that, her presence there does give us sort of a reference in time as to where, when this is all taking place, right?
Yeah.
Because we can think about the Enterprise C was 20-something years before Next Generation. And so this would be, sometime prior to that. The star date they give is 1292, and so that's probably 39, 40 years before Encounter at Farpoint, if we're using kind of the Next Generation system of tracking star dates. And that would be about consistent, I think, with where Rachel Garrett would be there.
Right.